receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, back. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is fielded at the goal line. Spinning away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go! 70, Indy. You must be getting Bristol, travel. Check. Big dash. Come. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch 261, matchbox lights. Go. Check 24.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 74 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Ready. 50-60 on. 55. Man out.
He'll try and run forward with counter. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, switch gears. Jumper. Now.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On the set. Watching it by. Pick it up. SOS. Check three. Go. Wide. Get wide. Shoot.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Here we go.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Browns.
Jay Reed.
First carry for Nick Chubb. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it here with Hunt. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
50, plant. 55. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 5. You're out. Time. Snap.
Looking to throw.
I'm the team.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Let's take it inside his own 40. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd and 3. And that one taken in by Lashley. A good pickup there at 22.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll go with a keeper. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's their quarterback taking it in as they are now on the board here in the first half.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Set, ready? 10 logo. Ready? 6-6.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready, break.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist smooth.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Watch the
Gone. Hard. Yep.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Get it.
Back to throw here. Open man is Ross, complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Hey, Wood.
Coming to you. 55, Mike, guys, 55. Here we go.
Yes. What? Squeeze.
Let's get off the field, D. Check three.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Hey, Sam off.
Watch out. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Rock it.
You gonna take.
Ready.
On 2nd down now. It's Hunt trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf. Fair.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Let's go. Do it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Ready up. It's our time. It's our time. Check 50. Check 50. Safe. Any weapon. Delta. Alert 3.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Browns drive about to get started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
First down, Cleveland.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Hey, lock it. Go out.
Big Ed. He's coming. Double up.
Leo. Deep grip.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line.
Let's go.
That one good for 33 and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Go.
He's coming in motion. Hey.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Ready? 18 Gator.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Go.
On play action. They'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now it's Hunt. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guy.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Check, 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 check. Check 52. No. Check 9, check 9. Slam. Slam.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, a run with Connor. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. They run with Connor. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Hey, watch the slant. Check 37. Check 13. Check 13.
36.
Again, it's Connor. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Hey.
They'll run on first down. Eccles, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 79 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Back. Truck. Mike 22, Mike 20. I'm coming after you. Check. Hatchet. Sponge.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Yeah.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam off. Look at me. Zipper. Rock it. Watch the safety cream. Check Nick. Bam. Get.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Here we go. Check.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Look at me. Door. Hey. Hey, orbit.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They're running it. Alert flare.
On 2nd down, it's Snell. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. The tackle by Eric Armstead. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They're going to run again with Snell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Switch it. Switch it. Watch twist. Go. Check 24. Watch the shit.
They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over. And this is caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Check 25.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Go. Tackle. Hey, switch gears.
They run again with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Let's get off the field. Mike 55. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I'll guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Under 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready?
The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hard, hard. Hey, Charlie.
6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Look, squeeze.
Motion, check.
There goes.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, Sam on. Now. Get it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Connor. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other."
And that's caught inside the 35. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. 2nd down and inches. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Browns get a score closer. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that will get them one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope.